Welcome to this CppModel presentation video where I will explain how to use the CppModel platform to simulate C or C++ code. To start with, I will use one of the models located in the Playground section on the CppModel website, and more specifically I will use a system consisting of PID controller and a simple plant model. In this system, you have all the parameters for the PID controller, proportional, integral, and differential part, together with a parameter for a first-order object which simulates our plant. We can adjust them and see immediately the result on the interactive graph. Since we want to look into C and C++ implementation, I will go and export the project. For this example, I will use the C language. You can also use C++ if you want. And I will also use Windows platform as my running platform. Project that is being exported will contain the CppModel libraries with corresponding code files and the cmake list file, which will handle the compilation of the complete executable. Now the project is ready. We can open it. I will just extract all the files right here and open the folder containing all the source files with Visual Studio Code. Since I already have cmake tools installed in my Visual Studio Code, it will configure the project for me. And what is left to be done is just to click the play button, which will compile and run the only executable in this project. The first time you run such project, you will be provided with a link guiding you to log in into your CppModel workspace. Let's do that. I can just open it from the command line and provide my credentials. On successful sign in, you have a link to your workspace, and in your workspace you can locate the simulation which we just produced. That was PID controlled system. Let's get into the system and see the result graph. Once in the simulation window, you can observe selected variables. You can deactivate them and activate them as you wish. I will select only the set point and the plant output for the simulation. And as you can see, since we exported with predefined parameters the project, the result graph is very similar to what we had on our playground. Okay, that is how you can simulate an existing project. Now let's go on and see what is actually in this project. As you can expect, in the project there will be the plant model, which is first order system with its equations, PID controller with its equations, and the actual simulation, which in this case is a closed loop simulation. So we get the output of the controller provided to the plant, the control signal provided to the plant, and then we get the error from the plant output and the simulation set point and provide it to the controller. Here you can also see the selected variables which were presented on the graph, the set point, the error as input, and then again the error as output, the control output, which is the control signal, and the plant output, which is the plant response. Let's disable some of the variables so they don't show directly in the simulation and run the simulation again. And with that done, we can refresh the simulation window and we can now see that only two of the variables are here, and those are the only two variables we left in the simulation configuration. Let's go now and adjust some of the parameters of the simulation. Here I won't go into details, but we have one simulation adapter which helps us run the simulation in our main function. And in our main function, we have the parameters of both the PID controller and the plant. Let's first adjust the PID. I would like to increase the integral part and run the simulation again to see the simulation result. Okay, that is run. We can refresh and now we can see a different plant response. Maybe we want to increase the integral part a little bit more. And observe the results again. And now we have a pretty nice plant response. In the same way, you can adjust all the parameters and rerun the simulations as much as you want. So this very brief example shows you how you can use CppModel to simulate C code. Please go and try it yourself and let me know what you think about our product. Thank you for your attention.